The information in this video comes from thorough research. Please share your thoughts on the video, "Where is the edge of the world?" in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think. Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. T.S. Eliot. Where is the edge of the world? For millennia, humans have looked out toward the horizon and wondered, where does the world end? The concept of the edge of the world has captivated philosophers, explorers, scientists, and dreamers alike. From ancient myths of sea monsters and waterfalls at the world's edge, to modern cosmology's insights into the boundaries of space-time, our understanding of the world's limits has transformed dramatically. This essay explores the evolution of that question, geographically, cosmologically, and philosophically, tracing humanity's quest to find, define, and imagine the edge of the world. Ancient beliefs, a flat world with borders. In the earliest known civilizations, people often believed the earth was flat. This idea shaped religious texts, navigation, and geographic understanding. For example, Mesopotamian cosmology. Ancient Mesopotamians saw the earth as a flat disk floating in a cosmic ocean, surrounded by a dome-like sky. Beyond the land they knew was chaos. Literally, the unknown, often associated with danger or divine mystery. Ancient Egypt. The Egyptians believed the world was bounded by waters. The Nile, vital to their life, flowed from the edge of the world through the underworld and back again. Their gods traversed these boundaries daily. Biblical and Hebrew cosmology. The Bible speaks of the four corners of the earth, Isaiah 11 verse 12, suggesting a flat, bordered earth. The firmament held back cosmic waters, and Sheol, the underworld, lay beneath. Heaven was above, and the earth was surrounded by the unknown. Greek thought, spheres and beyond. Early Greek flat earth ideas. Homer's epics, written around the 8th century BCE, describe a flat earth encircled by the river Oceanus. In these texts, venturing too far meant encountering strange lands or falling into the abyss. The spherical earth. By the 5th century BCE, philosophers like Pythagoras and Parmenides proposed a spherical earth. Aristotle provided observational evidence, such as the Earth's circular shadow during lunar eclipses. Eratosthenes' measurement. In 240 BCE, Eratosthenes accurately measured the Earth's circumference using shadows. His work marked a turning point from mythical edges to scientific understanding, pushing the edge of the world outward, not to a cliff but to ignorance. Medieval views, from scripture to sea monsters. In medieval Europe, despite earlier scientific knowledge, many returned to a more literal and theological worldview. Monks created Mappa Mundi, symbolic maps often centered on Jerusalem. The known world consisted of 3 continents: Asia, Europe, and Africa. The ends of the earth. Biblical language about the ends of the earth persisted. In this era, edges were literal and symbolic, places where God's presence faded and chaos or evil could begin. Mythical boundaries. Maps included warnings, "Here be dragons." Beyond the borders were monsters, demons, and divine punishment. These tales shaped the fears and fantasies of explorers. Age of exploration. Finding the edge. The Portuguese and Spanish explorers. In the 15th and 16th centuries, European explorers set out to discover new lands. Contrary to popular myth, most educated people at the time already knew the earth was round. However, the edge now became about what was beyond the known. The New World. The discovery of the Americas by Europeans dramatically expanded the map. The world now had more continents, but no visible edge. The horizon always receded. Circumnavigation. Ferdinand Magellan's expedition, 1519 to 1522, proved one could sail around the earth. The edge had officially disappeared from the map. The shift to space, a new horizon. Galileo and Copernican revolution. In the 17th century, the heliocentric model displaced Earth from the center of the universe. Earth was now just one planet orbiting the sun, not the centerpiece. The edge of the world was pushed into the cosmos. Newton and universal laws. Isaac Newton's laws describe gravity and motion, extending human understanding outward from Earth to the stars. The world now included everything under the same physical laws. The Milky Way and beyond. In the 20th century, Edwin Hubble discovered that the Milky Way was just one galaxy among billions. The universe, once imagined as having a limit, was now unimaginably vast and expanding. Cosmology and the edge of the universe. Is there an edge to the universe? Today, most physicists believe the universe is either infinite or unbounded. If the universe is flat in terms of space-time curvature, it could go on forever. If it's closed like the surface of a sphere, it loops back on itself. No edge, just endless travel. The observable universe. The farthest we can see is about 46.5 billion light years in every direction. This defines the observable universe. Beyond that, light hasn't reached us, so if an edge exists, we can't see it. Expanding space. Space itself is expanding. Galaxies aren't moving through space, they're being carried away with it. This means that the edge is not a place, but a boundary of what we can observe. And that boundary is always changing. Philosophical and metaphysical edges. The edge as metaphor. Philosophers often use the edge of the world as a metaphor for the limits of human understanding. Like ancient mariners, we sail into the unknown scientifically, spiritually, and psychologically. Nietzsche and the abyss. Friedrich Nietzsche wrote, "When you gaze long into the abyss also gazes into you." The edge, in this view, is not physical, but existential. The end of knowledge? Is there a limit to what we can know? Some argue that human cognition may never fully grasp the universe's structure. The edge may not be out there, but in here, in the limits of our minds. Cultural representations of the world's edge. Literature and myth. From the Norse world tree, Yggdrasil, to Tolkien's Undying Lands, the edge of the world is often where magic, gods, or death reside. Sailors' legends. Stories from Polynesia, ancient Greece, and Viking lore all speak of worlds beyond the sea, sometimes divine, sometimes cursed. The edge of the world is a mirror of human fears and hopes. Modern media. Films like Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End and Interstellar explore boundaries, oceanic and cosmic, framing the edge as a place of danger, transformation, or revelation. The Flat Earth Resurgence. Flat Earth theories. Despite scientific evidence, some modern groups claim the Earth is flat and surrounded by an ice wall, a modern reinterpretation of the world's edge. These ideas are often based on mistrust of authority rather than empirical reasoning. Why do such beliefs persist? The idea of an edge is comforting to some. It creates a finite, knowable world. In contrast, the vastness of modern cosmology can feel overwhelming or impersonal. The psychological edge. Fear of the unknown. Psychologically, the edge of the world symbolizes the boundary between the known and the unknown. We fear what we don't understand. And sometimes that fear takes physical form in myths, monsters, or conspiracy theories. The drive to explore. Yet we are drawn to edges. Whether it's the Arctic, deep oceans, or Mars, humans are explorers by nature. The edge of the world is a challenge, a dare, a promise of discovery. The ocean, Earth's last frontier. The deep sea remains one of Earth's most mysterious regions, still largely unexplored. In a sense, it is our planet's last terrestrial edge. 80% of the ocean is unmapped. Strange life forms live in the deepest trenches. We know more about the moon's surface than our own ocean floor. The edge is not just above us, but beneath. Time and the edge. The beginning and the end. Cosmology suggests the universe began about 13.8 billion years ago in the Big Bang. But what came before time? Can there be an edge in time, not space? The end of the universe. The universe may end in a big freeze, big rip, or big crunch. Each theory posits a future boundary, an endpoint beyond which no matter or thought will exist. What if we could reach it? If there were an edge of the Earth, the universe, or reality itself? What would happen if we reached it? Would time stop? Would reality bend? Will we find truth or nothingness? Many spiritual traditions suggest that reaching the edge of worldly understanding leads to enlightenment or dissolution of the ego. The edge as a journey. The edge of the world may not be a place you can sail to or photograph from space. Instead, it is a concept, one that has evolved as we've explored, imagined, and questioned reality. At first, it was the literal end of land. Then it became the edge of the known. Today, it's a boundary we constantly push scientifically, philosophically, and spiritually. Maybe the edge of the world isn't where the world ends. Maybe it's where we begin. If you have any experiences related to this topic, be sure to share them with us. Until the next episode, be mindful of the energies around you.